To understand the desperation, you first have to understand the prize. Winning an election in Nigeria isn't just a political victory, it's a financial one. The winner doesn't just get an office, they get control over the flow of money. We're talking about federal allocations, vast oil revenues, and the power to direct how billions of dollars in international funds are spent. While the president doesn't get a single check for all foreign aid, their administration's priorities create a powerful tool for patronage. The fight for this control is colossally expensive. The 2023 general election gives us a glimpse into the scale. Nigeria's electoral body, INEC, initially budgeted N305 billion, but due to inflation and unexpected costs, the final approved budget for the election swelled to over N355 billion. That's just for the logistics. It doesn't even begin to cover what candidates themselves spend. When the cost of entry is this high, the office is no longer seen as a duty, but as an investment. And with any investment, the goal is to get a return. This is the fundamental flaw in the system. The prize for winning is so immense that it can justify any means necessary to get there. Power becomes a gateway to wealth, and politics becomes the most lucrative business in the country. The incentive isn't to serve the people, but to secure the seat, and with it, the keys to the vault. So, how does the system reward its winners? It starts with the official numbers, which are laughably modest. According to the commission that sets salaries, a Nigerian senator's basic pay is around N168,000 per month, based on a package that hasn't been officially updated in years. On paper, a state governor earns a basic monthly salary of just over N185,000. These figures are a fraction of the real story. The real money is hidden in a complex web of allowances. Suddenly, that basic salary is inflated by allowances for everything from hardship and vehicle maintenance to domestic staff and newspapers. A constituency allowance, for example, can be 250% of the basic salary. Then there are lump sum payments, like a furniture allowance, which is paid once every 4 years and can run into millions of naira. But even that doesn't capture the full picture. The most controversial part of a lawmaker's earnings is the running cost. In 2018, former Senator Shehu Sani famously revealed that while his official salary was about N$750,000, he and his colleagues received an additional N$13.5 million every single month as running costs. More recently, in 2024, another serving senator claimed the figure for running costs is now about N$21 million per month. This money is meant for office operations, but it's notoriously opaque and not subject to detailed public audits, creating a massive gray area. When you compare this to Nigeria's minimum wage, the disparity is staggering. One senator's alleged monthly running cost is more than what hundreds of Nigerian workers earning minimum wage would make in a month combined. This isn't just a wage gap, it's a chasm between two different realities. This is the legal, or at least quasi-legal, way the system enriches the political class. It's a heist hidden in plain sight. Beyond the official paychecks lies a shadow economy of corruption, where the real money is made. This is the how behind the obscene wealth of so many politicians. 3 tools are particularly notorious: constituency projects, security votes, and procurement fraud. First, constituency projects. In theory, these are funds for lawmakers to bring development, a school, a clinic, a borehole, to their local communities. In practice, they are often a vehicle for corruption. Investigations by Nigeria's Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC, have found that these projects are frequently abandoned, poorly executed with inflated contracts, or sometimes only exist on paper. Over the years, the ICPC has tracked billions of naira in projects and recovered significant sums, but the abuse continues, leaving communities with broken promises. Next, security votes. These are discretionary funds given to the president and state governors to handle unforeseen security needs. A relic of military rule, these funds operate almost entirely outside of normal budgetary scrutiny and are not subject to independent audit. While some of the money may be used for actual security, The term has become synonymous with a multi-billion naira slush fund at the heart of government, entirely at the discretion of a single individual. Finally, there's procurement fraud. This is the classic kickback scheme. Inflate the cost of government contracts for goods and services and pocket the difference. From building roads to supplying office chairs, contracts are awarded to cronies at exaggerated prices. This form of corruption is so pervasive that it's often seen as a standard part of doing business with the government, draining billions from the treasury that should have been spent on vital public services. The prize isn't just funded from within, it's amplified from the outside. Nigeria is a major recipient of foreign aid, but in a system prone to corruption, this influx of money can have a paradoxical effect. Instead of fostering development, it can sometimes make things worse. This is the foreign aid paradox. When a government can fund itself with external money, it feels less pressure to be accountable to its own citizens. Accountability shifts towards international donors. In a political environment with weak institutions, aid money can become just another revenue stream to be captured. It gets absorbed into the same patronage networks, intensifying the struggle for power. Some estimates suggest that since Nigeria's independence, past leaders have stolen or squandered hundreds of billions of dollars in public funds, a figure that includes domestic revenues and some development assistance. The money intended for hospitals, schools, and poverty alleviation risks fueling the very system that keeps people poor. This doesn't mean all aid is bad, but pouring water into a leaky bucket won't fill it. It just becomes part of the prize that politicians are fighting over. So, who pays the price for this relentless pursuit of power? Ordinary Nigerians. Every naira stolen or misspent on a ghost project is a naira not spent on a hospital bed, a school textbook, or a paved road. The cost is measured in collapsed infrastructure, underfunded schools, and a healthcare system that pushes even the nation's leaders to seek treatment abroad. A clear example is the removal of the fuel subsidy in 2023. The government argued it was a corrupt drain on the treasury, and removing it would free up funds. Since then, government revenues have surged, with federal and state bodies sharing trillions more in allocations. But for the average citizen, the effect has been catastrophic. Petrol prices more than tripled, and transportation costs skyrocketed, driving a severe cost of living crisis. One analysis noted that the cost of a healthy diet had risen by about 119% in the years following the subsidy removal. Despite record revenues flowing to the states, there has been little visible improvement in public services for many. Many states have failed to implement a new minimum wage, and budgets for critical sectors remain underspent. The money saved from the subsidy seems to have been absorbed into the same opaque system. This is the tragic reality. Policies are made, wealth is generated, but it rarely trickles down. The profits of power are privatized, while the pain is socialized. The fight for power in Nigeria is not an ideological battle. It's a war for the country's resources. The system is built with incentives geared not towards public service, but towards personal enrichment. The winner-takes-all structure, funded by oil and amplified by aid, has created a political class operating in a world far removed from the people it's supposed to represent. The problem isn't just a few bad apples. It's the entire barrel. The loopholes, the opaque allowances, the unaudited security votes, and the phantom projects are all features, not bugs, of a system designed to reward the powerful. The ultimate question is not why they fight so hard for power, but how long the people will continue to pay the price for a game they were never invited to play. If this video opened your eyes, share it. Spreading this knowledge is the first step towards demanding accountability and change. Subscribe for more deep dives into the systems that shape our world, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below.